Hi everyone, welcome to High Playing Games. My name's Simon and this is World of One, a game that follows some really cool game mechanics and some rather intriguing story. I've not got massively far into the game, but I just wanted to showcase kind of what this game is all about. Now I played, the developer got in contact with me because I enjoyed games like Limbo and Toby the Secret Mine, that kind of thing. And this kind of follows in a very similar premise. So I'm going to dive in purposefully, like at the near off beginning of the game, just to kind of show you what's going on. So this is like the start of World 1 after the tutorial bits. So you play as this guy with amazing hair, may I add. Hair like a tree. Where am I? What is this place? And the general kind of story is this little guy, and we've been chasing him for a little while in my little story playthrough, but the whole point is that this guy has lived basically all on his own for evers and evers, and everything is like kind of dying around him, and he's tried to preserve his own little world, but as you will see when I quickly run through this, is that almost every single world has a telescope, and you can zoom out and see the whole level. So you can see like the house is so close, perhaps I could return there. And the world that's spinning up above us with the Ferris wheel and stuff like that was the tutorial level where his house was. And you zoomed out and you went round, and basically everything in this little cosmos takes place in this level. It reminds me a little bit of Reyes. The way how that's done it in like a strategic kind of thing, but with this it's very much like Limbo-esque, and so that's kind of always handy to kind of see what you've got coming up in the level where you can like traverse around and things like that. You do have things that you need to pick up, and you then access one of three things that you'll have at one time. So I'll pop the battery in and the mechanism in to make it work. That'll pull that up and quickly steal the battery and run through before it comes down again. Let's do that. You can obviously do the usual mechanical pushing around and so on and so forth. I've already done this bit, so this is me making it look a little bit more easier. And then there's your checkpoint. There's always a checkpoint usually on most of the levels. Let's just bring that up, drop that down, pop our dynamite in. Let's move that across there. Pop our battery in. Blow that shit up. So the actual puzzling adventure, like the left and right like running of the actual mechanics is fine. His jump feels very much underwhelming, and initially I was a bit like, his jump's underwhelming, but I didn't like scream it out like that. Let's just be annoying and do that. But the very reason for the reason why his jump is a bit underwhelming and a bit clunky is that actually in quite a lot of the earlier levels, not only is the world a traversal thing, but as you'll see in this level, what actually is going on around things is part of the mechanics as well. So the weather, essentially. So here's the sun, and every time we're in the sun, we can see we're in the radar. Look, it's like an anti-gravity moon. Sorry, it's not the sun, it's the moon. And so gravity is like the moon itself. And so actually, you then need to be strategic with where you're going to go with things and try and keep up, like for this specific level. Because otherwise, you will experience horrible death a la everything else like that. And so actually early on these kind of mechanics really do feature in quite heavily, but it's not just for jumping or anything like that, it's also for other types of mechanics like growing plants and surviving bits. Oh no, don't jump now. You can kind of see where you died before because of the bloodshed. So yeah, I was really impressed as these mechanics kind of became clear, because I think it's not that we've done these types of silhouette style of games to death, because actually I think they're still quite powerful and can be done very well, but this adds quite a lot of different dynamics to things to make it actually feel really quite unique and different, and I really welcome that. And this whole rotating world thing actually is quite funky, because then you can kind of get to the telescope and kind of go, wow, I survived all that, and then you can see the mechanics of the fact that this world has 4 moons. You're like, interesting. But also that it's put us in amongst lots of other different places that we'll unveil as we go through the game itself. So more of the mystery of the world, as well as the mystery of the story of yourself and the silhouette that you're following, kind of all becomes unravelled as you go through the game itself. I thought that was really neat. In terms of the sound and the way how things are developed, it's minimal, but it's there, and it also changes quite often your height. So there you go. So I can't exactly get to that one there. If it's completely useless, the mechanic has gone somewhere. Okay. So this introduces the good old bouncy mushroom, which you kind of initially kind of go, oh, that's a bit at odds with the rest of the world, but it does make perfect sense very shortly. So again, we're in the moon. We're a bit caught up, and now it's raining. So it looks like we can control some of the weather. There's my little stop there. Back home, the mushrooms are always green after the rain. Hint! So with our bucket of water, we were able to make the mushroom grow. Now this, I believe, is in that order. Oh, you idiot. There we go. Sorry, my fault. But again, just simple little mini puzzles as part of a wider world puzzle. So that gets us that. Then we also need the key. Unlocks the rain, and then the rain will basically come round and let little mushrooms play, and look at the amount of fun that you can have with that. Almost too much fun. I feel like I'm going to end up splatting myself. And so again, when you get to here, like that mushroom's not growing. So we're like, have some rain, please. And let's just get out. But that's not happened to me before. Don't jump too close to the cloud. I like it. Okay, so that then drops us back there again. Ooh, we need that bucket. So let's do that again. So it's just as well that we'd hit that checkpoint, hadn't it? So yeah, as you can see, many dodgy deaths can be had, either through spikes, through elements. Oh, I need the key again, don't I? Sorry. And everything like that. And and so with that and its aesthetic and its dark nature, you can't escape those types of limbo-esque qualities, I guess, that you kind of go, how close do you want to go to the things that inspire you? But actually, I find with World of One that there is plenty else going around here with the ecosystem, the way how the world revolves round. If anything, actually, it reminds me, there was a game that was called Storm. It was a puzzle game that came out. And the way how you have to deal with effects and basically make rain and storms and clouds and moon and things like that made me very kind of consciously similar to that type of game, which was cool. But yeah, just don't get close to the cloud. Never spoken to anybody else. No. This feels like my life in a nutshell. Wait, who are you? Where did you come from? Is there anyone here apart from us? I don't think he's going to tell you anything. Nope. So again, a little bit of a lack of anything going on here, but let's grab our Boxy-Roo. We don't really want to go that way. So yeah, this is World of One. I don't want to spoil too much of it. But it's absolutely fun. And I think that's probably a good way to end. So thank you very much for watching. This is available. They're updating it, even though it's like fully released with a version 1.0 and it's not in early access or anything like that. They're still correcting a couple of little mini bugs for some of the things later on in the game. But yeah, grab yourself a copy if you think you're up for some 2D platforming a la Limbo / Elemental fun. And probably a good game for someone who's lonely. Like me. You guys all take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.